One of the major concerns we wanted to address within our Human Practices project is the popular representations of science, scientists, and how these images have played a part in the public perceptions of genomics, genetic engineering, and more recently synthetic biology. In general, the mad scientist view has proven to be deeply rooted in the popular imaginary. Dr. Victor Frankenstein and his monstrous creation has served as an archetype for the scientist detached from his social sphere, and everything that follows from this ostracism is pretty well known. When deciding the way we wanted to be perceived, we realized that there is another common thing within these popular representations. They are all male scientists. It is also quite common to perceive the world of science as a manly thing. But we know this isn't true. There are a lot of women in science that have served as inspiration to many of us, starting with our dearly beloved Rosalind Franklin, whose work has proven pivotal towards the discovery of the structure of DNA, and yet history hasn't been completely fair to her. She might have shared that Nobel Prize with Watson and Crick. Speaking of which, what does it take to win a Nobel Prize? Recently, the BBC created the following infographic to show the most common attributes of Nobel laureates since the establishment of the prize. The results are pretty interesting. On average, Nobel laureates are most commonly American males born during spring of around 61 years old who studied in Harvard with no glasses and who shave regularly. Well, being born in spring doesn't seem to be relevant at all. Neither does the amount of chocolate consumption per capita, as other curious correlations suggested. We might just think of it as a fun fact, but some other things are quite interesting. For example, why are Nobel laureates mostly men? The Nobel Prize has been awarded to women 44 times between 1901 and 2012. Only one woman, Marie Curie, has won the prize 2 times. This means that 43 women in total have been awarded the Nobel Prize. Why are less than 10% of Nobel Prize winners women? We found an interesting project developed at Fermilab called Who's the Scientist?, in which 7th graders described scientists before and after a visit to Fermilab. How can children's perceptions change with a little interaction with scientists? Let's take a look at Amy's drawings as an example. Before having any interaction with scientists, Amy described her drawing like this. I think of a scientist as a very dedicated to his work. He is kind of crazy, talking always quickly. He is constantly getting new ideas. He is always asking questions and can be annoying. He listens to others' ideas and questions them. Nevertheless, after spending the day at Fermilab, Amy said that scientists were just normal people with a not-so-normal job. She also said that scientists lead a normal life outside of being a scientist, and that being a scientist is just another job which can be much more exciting. There are also some interesting numbers about these drawings. Among girls, 36% portrayed a female scientist in the before drawing, and 57% portrayed a female scientist in the after drawing. Among boys, no one portrayed a female scientist in the before drawing and no one portrayed a female scientist in the after drawing. Gender bias in science is an issue nowadays, and it is important to do whatever it is on our hands to fight it as well. Even academic scientists are biased against women. As it was reported in the New York Times last September, a new study from Yale University suggests that science professors are widely biased against women regardless of their accomplishments and skills. Given these facts, we thought that our face and public image should be a girl. That's when we thought of Mrs. Cohnnie. We decided that our main friend, advisor, and companion had to be a female PhD, with a normal life, who likes going to the beach and enjoys spending time outside in the winter. That's how Mrs. Lupita Cohnnie, PhD, was born. Mrs. Cohnnie is the new face of science, a face that is also concerned with the social implications of the scientific work she does. We understand that human practices is not only about communication of science and scientific concepts. We want to change the perceptions about science and scientists, as well as engaging society with our work. This opportunity is also about sending a positive message, one of understanding and equality. Would you like to join us?